I love the way my body's moving to the beat. I love the way you're slowly getting close to me. I love the way my body's moving to the beat. I love the way you're slowly getting close to me. I love the way my...
As you all know, I've been working on my latest dark fantasy novel, Crones. And this is a point in my writing process when it becomes less fun and more of a labor of love. Lots of things had to be rearranged and rewritten, and it's for the better because it's turning out so good and much better than it was before. And it's forming into something I can be proud of. However, this is also the time where, I hate to say it, but I've become bored of my own work. I've been working on it for years already, but I've only been working on it consistently to publish for months. And I know the story like the back of my hand because I've gone through it hundreds and hundreds of times in my head. I've written and rewritten it multiple times, and it's just not as exciting as it was when I first embarked on the journey. And I know this is one of the most crucial points in my writing process because I can see the finish line. And this is where my relationship with my writing shifts from a fun, fast-paced rendezvous to a committed labor of love that I'm completing out of duty and commitment to my craft and myself. Not because this shit is still fun. This is usually the point where discipline and making my environment as easy to write in as possible is the most important. Because if I give up on my writing or put it off because I'm bored, then this beautiful piece that could have been ready to debut in what is 3 months for me at the time of shooting this video could easily fall to the wayside and sit on my computer gathering dust for God knows how long until I'm inspired or motivated to work on it again. And during all of that downtime, it'll probably be missing a lot of opportunities that it could have had if it was published. Establishing an author career is already hard. I don't want to be one of the factors in delaying my own success because I couldn't muster up the energy or excitement to finish it in a timely manner. During this time, the only thing on my mind is move the story forward, however way I can.
Bad girls make them say wow, wow, wow. Bad girls make them say wow.
Maybe that's a few sentences one day and that's a couple of pages the next. But the main thing is I can't leave my seat until I move the story forward in a meaningful way, or I've edited and rearranged the story up to a meaningful point that moves the story and overall process forward. During these times, I do have fears around if it will get done. I fear if I may be rushing it, and the reason I'm struggling or hitting a wall is because it's not ready and my mind is subconsciously trying to tell me that. But I keep telling myself, done is better than perfect. Since I'm a published author, even if I hit publish, this is still my work, and I can always update a revised version or another version that is more accurate to what I wanted. It's never the end of the world if your work needs to be changed, even after it's published, because I've done that multiple times with my Royal Jelly series, and it turned out fine. It's still my most popular book to date, and it's okay to do that because this work is mine, just like your work is yours. It's also something that I've been prioritizing above all, making sure that I get my writing in, and I make sure that I'm taking my breaks in between so I don't burn myself out. I think that's probably the ultimate challenge, finding the balance of pushing myself and stretching my capabilities versus burning myself out by pushing myself past the point of exhaustion when my mind and body is really calling for a break. But I can say one thing from experience. As rough as this part of the process is, the way I know to buckle down and keep going is the fact that I've never regretted finishing a project and publishing it. There's nothing about writing a book and putting the time in to make something that I've ever regretted. And I've always felt more accomplished when I've completed it than anything I've ever felt before. Some people don't understand how much stamina and focus and commitment it takes to write a book. And every time I can manage to overcome the thoughts and fears that are trying to hold me back and slow me down, I always find that I've unlocked a stronger version of myself. A version that has proven that I can do hard things and I can accomplish whatever I want with consistency and showing up. And I think that's one of the things that I love the most about being a writer. It seems like a very quiet and tame thing on the surface, but each book, each piece of work is such a transformative process for me internally. I continuously prove to myself and as a result to others that I can show up, put the work in, and be a committed person who can see something as long and arduous as months of writing and working on the same project through to completion. Don't get me wrong, I've definitely had those projects where I knew that I wasn't equipped at the moment and it wasn't ready to be published at the time. And this is actually one of those books that I had to originally put to the side because it had no direction whatsoever. But I know that it's now ready, and the only thing holding me back or hindering me is my stamina. It's me being bored with my work, and possibly even the fear of completing it and it not being good enough and to my standard. But I have to keep my eyes on the bigger picture, because I know that the satisfaction I'll have once I've completed and published the book will feel so much better than letting the book rot away on my computer.
I look like a bag of money I'm on. They wanna know what I'm on. Got diamonds dancing on my neck. That is the vibe I'm on. Way too lit. Who gon' check? You can tell me none. Boss mode in effect, and my money